What up gamers, Fencer here, and welcome back to Frontline 2 Exilium. So let's go ahead and finish up this whole thing. So Yuhi extends a hand to touch one such piece, but to no avail. The data fragment passes through Yuhi, meandering into the distance. The ground beneath them, made of coagulated data, coagulated data, begins to fade and ebb. All fluttery and fluffy, like snow. Is this Lumi's world? Level 2s aren't usually like this at all. I'd say that it comes down to Lumi's model, system, and ports being so old that they're causing incompatibility with dolls. Our environment here is becoming unstable too. Yeah, we better find Lumi's logic hub and grab the control permissions. Staying here for an extended period might be dangerous. Yuhi's right, my senses are tingling. Everyone, over there, on the right, are those weird-shaped things approaching us? The group looks in the direction Nagant indicates. Behind a shining stream of electricity, information fragments congregate, forming dangerous shapes. Where'd they come from? There's so many! Judging by the shape, they might be viruses. Only viruses can produce such massive blobs of error data. They're not viruses. Look over there! Nagant looks over to see the data fragments assembling to become new enemies. These enemies are all converted from normal data, and we happen to be in the cache area in Lumi's system. I get it. It's data overflow. Yes, the fragments are all legitimate data in and of themselves, but because the sheer size and the data destruction algorithms, they're taking up a lot of the cache. Judging by the current circumstances, these chunks of data are reflowing into Lumi's operational space. Odds are those pieces of data are the reason Lumi is going out of control. Ksenia draws her weapon with a flourish, firing 2 shots towards the enemies, formed a streams of data. That doesn't sound like 2 shots. The shattered fragments spray in countless directions. Hearing her explanation, Nagant slaps her own forehead. Ah, yeah, that's it. I mean, of course the young should be knowledgeable about these things. Good. Behind you. Yeah, don't just touch my hat willy-nilly. Nagant destroys the enemy with a single punch. The data fragments fly in all directions, scattered in an instant. Nice swing there. I'm not a veteran in name only. Back, Nagant. They're reassembling themselves. What? Nagant takes a brisk few steps backwards. The data fragments reconvene, forming a cube. The two face off for a dozen seconds, but the cube does not express any desire to attack. Is it not an enemy? This cube's kind of familiar. Is it? It's a gift box, right? It's shaped like one. The bow tie on the top is mimicking a packaging ribbon, right? It was attacking us just a second ago. Why is it forming a gift box now? Is Lumi trying to tell us something? Who knows? With so much erroneous data here, it's impossible to predict how Lumi will act. There might be something inside the box. Let me have a look. Wait, Yuhi, don't touch it just yet. Yuhi reaches for the box. The moment she makes contact, a gap appears on the top of the box. A holographic projection soon appears. Okay. My dog wants to go out. Alright, yeah, we got 3 more left, man. I feel like it might be a shorter video right now, like for this video, but we'll see. It depicts a lively woman, which I would assume is the wife of that one guy, pushing a door wide open. She runs towards her husband. Oh yeah, it is the it is the girl. It's just, you know, when I saw the background, this was that one guy's place, right? But definitely the wife, when she was alive back then, who walks in her direction, hugging him tightly. Yeah, it's Renee. I did it, Bowen. A prototype. I've got a prototype. Renee turns around to shake the camera's holder's hand, waving at her husband. A stubby robotic foot can be seen, the seams of its metallic plates joined with new, shiny bolts. Come say hello, Lumi. The camera angle begins to shift and move, accompanied by the sound of mechanical motors as the surroundings come into view. Squeak. It can only make a few simple sounds right now, but it'll be the future of AI. Professor Bowen, you'll have to redouble your efforts on your research project. The somewhat blurry video takes in the environment and the happily smiling couple. Honor info updated. Renee Candela. Bowen Candela. The video cuts off. The gift box splits into pieces, scattering into the wind and mixing into the surrounding streams of data. Was that man Professor Bowen? And the woman ought to be his wife? Her name's Renee? Most likely, but these video files should be within a storage drive. It's all mixed up in the cache, so it follows that Lumi's data processing has gone wrong somewhere. If we can solve the data overflow problem, Lumi might be able to go back to normal. Yeah, but I'm a little curious why these data fragments turn into a gift box. Look, there's more ahead. The fragments are coalescing again. Huh? Another box? Yuhi approaches the newly formed gift box. This is the second time now, but I can't help but feel there's some kind of meaning to this. Let me let my dog in. Hard to guess what a silly kid is thinking. Might as well see what's inside this time. Yuhi touches the box's surface, a projection appears, just like before. The image this time is much clearer. The room's lights are off, moonlight spills from the outside. Exceptionally bright in the darkness, Renee sits in a rocking chair by the window, with Bowen at her side. The unknown amount of time that had passed left its mark on them, be it shallow or deep. Renee appears a little more sickly than before. Oh. Well, that's sad. I forgot what I gave him his voice like. Sorry. Work tied me up a little. Sorry for being late. I brought some flowers. I handled some work over to my assistant. From tomorrow on, I should have a lot more free time. Renee accepts the bouquet with a smile, the white flowers inside akin to patches of pure white snow. I know you've been busy. It's alright. Has the project been progressing as normal? Naturally, artificial snow has been established and is now seeking investment. Then the project's full realization. It might still need some time, but there's hope now. I really do miss it, the snow we had when we were little. Do you think we'll be able to see it again? Oh. That's sad. That's kind of sad. Of course, we'll have pure white snows falling from the sky again. You, me, Lumi, and everyone else will be able to have this blessing from the sky. It'll be my gift to you. At the sound of its own name, the holder of the camera wobbles a little. Snowing, snowing. Mechanically repeating the word, it approaches the couple a little. Bowen, Lumi, and the snow were both my wishes, but looks like I will have to leave it to you to fulfill them. Bowen crouches, taking his wife's hand and gently kissing it. There was a time my research went unnoticed by everyone, except you. Only you would discuss it with me deep into the night. From the moment I asked for your hand, your wishes have been mine as well. I only wish that this program could have moved along faster, just a little bit. The camera turns towards the window. The moon had already sequestered itself behind the clouds, and even the stars are difficult to perceive. Command entry. The voices grow muffled. The images flash a few times before the projection cuts off again. So the snow and Lumi were both Renee's wishes. He hasn't stopped in all those years, even after Renee's passing. No wonder Lumi is so important to him. You do realize that this was filmed a long time ago, right? Yeah, the professor looks way younger than he is now. I mean, he looks the same to me, but I guess that's because they decided to not redraw him or do a younger variant of his artwork, which is understandable. That was only a few lines. They don't need to dedicate artwork for that. I've got a good guess, but when Lumi was built, the technology wasn't as developed. In order to allow it to learn by itself, Renee set it to intake information as frequently as possible. Unfortunately, the filtering and selection of the intake seems to be flawed. so it cannot judge for itself which information should be retained and which should be deleted? Yeah, and if professor's field of study is different, chances are he doesn't dare to modify Lumi's programming without a very good reason, and so would never have figured out that the problems are caused by this internal conflict. That would make sense. The professor has been loading Lumi with more and more information these years too. If its ability to organize and tidy up data is far lesser than its intake, the system's operational capacity is bound to be taken up. It follows that Lumi keeps having failures even after repairs each time. I'm still confused about one thing though. Just now, these projections have appeared via the form of gift boxes. Once would be written off as a coincidence, but there are countless forms that gathering data logically takes. The odds are just too low. There must be some deeper logic. Could it be that there's a gift Lumi wants? So if we give the correct gift to Lumi, like we're appeasing a child, the problem might go away. Do we really need to go down that rabbit hole, my good senior? The data overflow here is pretty severe. The entirety of level 2 is messed up, and we can't predict its actions using normal logic. Yeah, our priorities are still to continue forward toward the control center and acquire the control permissions. Then the professor can run some checks, and maybe we'll have the answers. The control center is right up ahead. It's just way too quiet here. I haven't heard of a peep of anything, and the defense systems are quiet too. Those data overflow enemies from before haven't appeared again either. There might be an ambush. Oh, don't just say those things. If there really was. Regant, Ksenia, over to the right. Ksenia is interrupted by Yuhi. Whoa, alright. Zoomed up Lumi. A hulking beast comes into the purview of her vision models. The great machine spins in place. Ksenia's attention is pulled to the giant gift box floating above its head. A crowd of smaller defense bots gather around the massive beast. I knew it would turn like this. It's so tall. Judging by the vision module feedback, it should be around 5 meters tall. I can't help but feel it looks familiar, the way it turns about to... Could this thing be a Lumi? There are some similarities, but only a few. Maybe the corrupted data is influencing things. Why would Lumi appear in its own level 2 though? This should be the form the system firewall takes. The gift box, then, should be the system core. Lumi protecting the gift is in reality the firewall protecting the system core. Wait, did I skip something? Hold on. I don't know if I double clicked. Let me just check again. Oh no, it's not. What is it with the gift boxes? Yeah, Yuhi's probably right about this one. See, youngin? Better to slow down a little sometimes. Yes, I understand. If the gift boxes are some sort of hints from Lumi, then what's it really trying to get across? Everything it does is completely devoid of logic. There's nothing to be deduced here. We can ponder that after the controls are ours. We should think about how to get past this firewall first. Gift. Before the trio closed the distance, the massive Lumi suddenly stopped spinning. Countless data fragments emerge, flying toward it. Lumi's body becomes even larger, affected by the fragments. Dang it, our presence here must be making the system errors more severe. We can't let this continue, or Lumi's original base code will be influenced as well. Senior Yuhi, let's go. Yeah, we'll deal with the defense bots first, and then focus on Lumi. Nagata nods, and the three approach the defense systems together. There we go. We're not gonna have a battle, right? Because so far it's been cutscenes, I'm guessing there's no, actual battle for me to play. I would assume. Okay, where the heck are we now? Oh no. We're at the hospital. Renee looks even weaker than before. The veins upon her shriveled arms pop outwards with a jarring intravenous line connected to it. Renee struggles to keep her eyes open, her exhaltions forming a thin layer of mist on the mask she wears. A television in front of her plays a dated recording. In the recording, a girl places her hand on a young gentleman's waist, and the two proceed towards the dance floor. Lumi. The camera moves closer to Renee at the sound. A shriveled hand slowly reaches over. I'm sorry. The project will have to continue without me. And Bowen Snow. The recording draws Renee's attention. She fails to continue her sentence. In the television, she moves to the music with Bowen, still young and lively. A flower in full bloom rests upon her breast to the tune of Dance and Dreams. The swaying hems of Renee's dress form lilting green waves in the air. That year, the man who knew only research at the Winter Ball, he asked me for his first dance with a red face. Lumi, if it were possible, I really would like to have one more dance with him, to watch the first snowfall, to see the whites all around, even for just a few seconds. Not long ago, the defense machines destroyed by Yuhi and the others had formed a new gift box. Its contents revealed themselves to them upon a touch. The recording ends. Gift box turns into fragments, flying toward a giant Lumi. Yuhi redirects all of her computational power, going over the information she collected. Gifts, snow, dancing. I got it. I understand it all now. Yuhi's voice attracts Nagant's attention. Yuhi, have you found anything yet? Yeah, we're putting too much thought into it. The gift box doesn't mean that it wants a present. All of this data might not be even uncleared clutter, but something that Lumi treasures as a gift. To it, every day it spends with the professor and his wife for a present. Aww. So it just kept talking more and more information until its system failed? That's not all it is. All of Lumi's operational logic is in the recordings. It isn't spinning around for no reason, nor is it a prank. Lumi, don't just stand there and talk. Look at it. Snow-ing. Lumi raises its arms stiffly, spewing out a slurry of data fragments. It falls upon the three like descending snow, beginning to bury them. It can snow in level 2? Is there no way to make it stop? Whoa! Vertically disadvantaged. Nagant is soon buried by the avalanche-like data. Only her arms remain visible, grasping at the air. Pff. Hey, my good senior. See the height of your flaws now? Ugh. Ksenia grabs Nagant's hand, pulling her up with some effort. To be treated like a carrot by my junior at this age. Lawbreaker, snowing. The overflow is getting worse. We need to make it stop. What can we... I know. Music. Dance and Dreams. Ksenia, help me pull it up, please. Okie dokie. Make sure you pay the fee. Hurry up. Soon after, level 2 is filled with beautiful music, and as the track begins to play, Lumi's data's spewing pace slows down. Snow, ing, dance, gift. Oh, it's working. Lumi seems to remember this. What's next? A more direct approach? Ksenia twirls the weapon in her hand, while Yuki shakes her head. No, that might stimulate Lumi's already unstable systems more and cause a total breakdown. We need to release it to release its controls permissions by itself. Get it to do that of its own volition. What do we do? I want to give Lumi a present. Please help me. Yuhi picks out a passage from her neural records. The scene when Professor Bowen mentioned Lumi in his home, while the scent of butter cookies drifted through the air. Lumi is something of my late wife left behind. Its existence is special to me. To me, its growth is more like a little kid's. I teach it what I know, bit by bit. Lumi is very important to me. Will that bit work? I don't know, but we have to try. Please help me out. With Nagant and Ksenia's assistance, the neural records are packaged as a data fragment, shining with electric light. The fragment is placed in a virtual gift box and delivered to the massive Lumi. Please, Messed Up Lumi, Accept this gift of ours. I mean, don't call it messed up. It might not accept the gift. I'm sure it can feel the professor and his wife's unspoken wishes. The thing is most familiar with. As the music ends, the giant Lumi completely settles down. The data within the tiny little box enters the massive gift box above Lumi. Not long after, the gift box it protected so desperately cracks, with countless data fragments bleeding outwards. The larger fragments crackle again, turning into drifting snow, proliferating through the unkempt level 2. Is something wrong with my vision modules? Is there a projection on those fragments in the air? Your vision modules aren't that old yet. Those are the records of Lumi's life with the professor and his wife up there. Don't take the opportunity to mock me. The Gaunt puts a hand on Ksenia's shoulder, but her attention is soon pulled away by a blurry image upon a fragment. On a bright and pleasant afternoon, Professor Bowen takes his wife's hand, strolling along a small garden path. In the living room's gentle light, Renee and Professor Bowen inspect Lumi's frame. Bathed in moonlight, Renee turns about to call out two figures, one large and one small. Looks like Lumi really was fond of those two. The fragments are gone. This place looks like it's gonna go back to normal too. Lumi's accepted it. It's releasing its control rights. Yep, I've already got the permissions. Currently removing the firewall's quarantine program. We're about 15 seconds out from having the permissions in full. Lumi won't be moving about randomly after this. Good work. Let's head out and take a closer look at Lumi. After the quarantine program's deactivation, the Gaunt and Ksenia take their leave. Yuhi takes one more look at the images upon data fragments before cutting off her connection too. It's finally over. Lumi won't go rogue again, right? I don't think my old bones can handle being put through the ringer like that again. Most likely not. I restarted Lumi after getting the permissions, and the overflowing data in its cache should have been cleared out for now. There won't be any abnormalities in the short term, but if the algorithms aren't improved, as time goes on, there might be an overflow again, though that'll be none of our business. Yeah, we really had to put in way too much effort for those flowers like the professor promised us. What a terrible deal. No, we're not done yet. Yuhi walks towards the still-bound Lumi, gently undoing the ropes. It might go off again. It's better to leave it tied up, no? It should be fine, right? Yuhi pats Lumi's round head, free of restraints. Lumi begins to slowly spin again. Why is it doing that again? It's alright. Lumi just wants to tell the professor about the wishes Renee left with it at a time of year where it should be snow. There should be snow. That's the holiday present it wanted to give the professor and the late Renee. So that's what it was. Why does it keep running away though? Because it saw a doll dancing inside a box. Music box. Huh? You two, look at this first. Yuhi sends the video contents of the last gift box to Nagat and Ksenia. Lumi isn't loaded with any knowledge relevant to dancing, so as far as it knows, that little doll's dancing might very well be the same thing as the professor dancing with his wife in that recording. Perhaps because it caused a similar scene, Lumi accessed those records sitting inside its systems. It wants to tell the professor about his wife's final wishes, but it also wants to give bits and pieces it collected over 2 years. Wait, it collected over 2 years. I don't know if that makes sense. Bits and pieces it's collected over 2 years. I think it's supposed to be over the years. It's collected over the years to the professor, who has been missing his wife, as a gift. But it cannot accurately express itself because of system errors, and thus often falls into confusion, inadvertently causing trouble. So it's been spinning around like that because it's imitating the doll it saw? That's how it wanted to tell the professor? Ksenia gestures at Lumi, still spinning in circles. Maybe, yeah. That's what the dance means. To speak for those who cannot. To help those who cannot hear, feel. Who cannot hear, feel. Hear, feel. Those who cannot hear, feel. To entrust stories to those who are watching. Is this AI really that advanced? Yeah, You don't just concern yourself with those things like at a time like this, you stupid brat. Yuhi stares at Lumi for a moment, suddenly raising her head and balling her hands into a fist. I'm gonna help it. With what? You're gonna help it dance for the professor? I don't imagine that will be easy. It'll be hard for anyone to glean anything at all from the spinning. And there's no way you'll be able to sync your dancing stuff with it. Its ports are outdated, and we just messed with its systems real good. It's impressive that it's not having a breakdown. What do we do then? How about you just show the professor the footage you got, Yuhi? That won't do. Yuhi shakes her head vigorously. Lumi must express its wishes to the professor on its own. Let me think. Since there's no robotic shortcuts we can take, let's use a more human approach. Yuhi temporarily stops Lumi in his tracks. Yeah. Hold on. Let me help you. Do as I do. Remember this well. Recalling the dance moves she saw in the projection, Yuhi begins to play that music again. She begins with a starting pose, progressing into an elegant dance routine. Her dainty figure, flowing contours, make up a familiar sight to Lumi, whose full attention is now drawn to Yuhi. Gradually, Lumi begins to move as well. It fully concentrates on imitating Yuhi's movements, clumsily extending its arms. Even with the steps simplified, Lumi moves nothing like Yuhi. I can at least tell if it's supposed to be dancing. That's a pretty good start for Lumi. Found you. Bowen's voice comes from behind the three. He comes to a stop, doubling over with his hands on his knees, catching his breath. At his age, climbing up these stairs probably took considerable effort, rather than exhaustion, though his countenance was full of surprise and sentiment. Without a single word spoken, the music and dance take him back to the ball that year. Lumi clumsily turns about, occasionally spewing out bits of foam as if having errors. Some of it falls upon Bowen's glasses. He takes them off. Blurry as the surroundings might be to him, he sees clearly the figure of his late wife, clad in formal dress with an arm wrapped around Lumi. She extends a hand toward him. The couple's romanticism of their youth had been long buried, but never melted away like the falling snow. Dancing, snowing. Lumi runs at the sight of Bowen. It lightly bumps to his leg, pulling him out of his trip down memory lane. All this while, I never understood. Bowen leans down, grasping Lumi's front limbs, dancing to that familiar tune. Lumi spins rhythmically, activating its snow dispersion apparatus, spreading frosty snow through the abandoned building. Dang. I gotta say, man, the story is really good. At least, when it comes to this last part here. But yeah, I'll talk more about like my thoughts on the whole story after we finish things up here. Now, here we go. The Satellite Cities PRY-01's Convention Center is open air amphitheater on a clear evening. The sky grows darker and darker, but the city's convention center only becomes more lively. Proceeding backstage with VIP passes, Nagant and Ksenia find Yuhi in the middle of placing the finishing touches on the performance with Lumi and Professor Bowen. Yuhi, we're here. Ah, the professor's here too. Are the preparations for the upcoming performance complete? Oh, it's not going. I don't know why it's not. Oh, there we go. I'm finishing with adjusting the equipment. Yep, everything's in place. I'm feeling good today. I won't disappoint everyone. Alright, happy holidays, everyone. No, yeah, this definitely felt like... like I said before, I'm guessing this was released during around December. I feel like that's when this event makes sense. Like, back on the... the Chinese servers. Yeah, back on the Chinese servers. I'm guessing that's when this came out. Yuhi produces a basket as she speaks, scattering the multicolored petals inside through the air. Whoa, don't just scare people like that. That's something we're going to bring out on stage. You guys get a sneak peek. Happy holidays. Thank you for inviting us to the show. I hear the tickets were rather difficult to get. The gimmick of artificial snow pulled a lot of the audience. I hear that the idea came from that senior of yours. If the chances ever arises, please do introduce me to that business genius. Ah, do you mean Sharkri Sanbei? Yeah, I did look it up. I think that's how you do say it. I don't know if I said that before, but yeah, I did look it up. She was originally going to come out as well, but some stuff came up at the cafe she works at. But check this out. Yuhi spins around happily. Sharky-sanbei gave me this bow tie on the back of my dress. Whoa, that looks amazing. Does every doll who knows how to dance or sing also do handicrafts? Not only is she good at crafts, but also a makeup whiz. When I met you guys, before I did, rather, I was talking to her on the phone. Lumi caused some trouble, so I hung up. I thought she would be angry, but after I told her about these circumstances, she complimented me instead. So she's a competent senior too. I really must speak to her if the circumstances allow. Right, Professor? How's Lumi been? Any further incidents? After you lot described the cause, I ran some more checks on the central systems and spoke to a friend in the field. There shouldn't be any further issues. After things are stable, could Lumi's original be put into production next? That still ways off. After this performance is over, I'll still be deleting the overflowing data in Lumi again, and recompiling the source code. What a shame, that technology Renee left behind. Bowen smiles and nods, turning to the silent Lumi at his side. Shame indeed, but keeping Lumi in good operating order is most important. I know Renee's wishes now anyway. She'll always be by my side, like Lumi. I'll have no regrets. Yuhi nods as the backstage staff begins to call for the dancers to get into position. Sorry, it's about time. I need to go prepare for the show with Lumi and the professor. Your tickets are for the VIPs and in the VIPs. Get ready to catch every mesmerizing move of Lumi's performance up close. Eh? Lumi's going to be performing on top of providing the snow? Yeah, after that experience of ours, I had a change of mind in regards to the routine, so I made some changes. I asked the professor to help me train Lumi, too. Just sit and watch. We'll be off then. Alright, we'll cheer for you. After leaving Yuhi to her business, the gods and Ksenia returned to the audience seating area, finding their spots. Whoa, VIP indeed. What a view. Yeah, I don't even have to stand on my tippy toes to see the whole amphitheater. Not bad at all. Eh? What's going on? It's all black all of a sudden. Did they turn off the lights? No, they haven't. Could your vision modules really be that old? But I had them check a few days ago. That shouldn't be the case at all. A procedural failure then. I think permanent loss of vision might be in the cards. No way, right? I've never heard of that happening to a doll. Help me, Ksenia. I'm kidding. I'll stop messing with you. Ksenia chuckles mischievously, taking the god's hat off the top of her head. Ksenia? Gritting her teeth, the god begins to reach for Ksenia's collar. The latter immediately passes over the hat in her hand. Made out of felt, the hat's celebratory colors are adorned with little flowers of yarn. This is the limited edition hat that you always wanted? I bought it as a holiday gift. But it's expensive, isn't it? About as much as the flowers the professor gave us were worth, right? Yeah, all of the money from the sales went into this hat. You were hesitating, so I went and bought it for you. Money's just money. We can always make more, but we missed this hat, and it's gone forever. Thanks. No need to thank me. Just mark me for extra and overtime pay in the future. I feel like such a failure. My junior beat me to giving a gift. When the show ends, I'm going to pick out a proper present for you too. I'll be waiting then. As they chatter, the lights in the venue converge on the stage. The elevator in the middle gradually rises, and Yuhi takes the stage first with her basket of flowers. Good evening, everyone. Before we get started, we have a few little presents for everyone. Make sure you catch them. Everyone, happy holidays. Yuhi snaps her fingers, sending many red drones flying through the venue, strewing candy and flower petals toward the audience. Yup. Nagan leaps upwards, easily claiming the pack. You don't like candy at all. Why are you going for those? It's all in the holiday spirit. Take this. The show's about to start. Stuffing the candy into Ksenia's hands, Nagan looks toward the stage with excitement. As the candy pulls... Oh look, here's the... It's like the cover art thing. As the candy pulls the audience's attention, a cart full of flowers slowly rises to the middle of the stage. Now then, enjoy! Introducing today's special guest, a new artificial snow platform, Lumi. I didn't realize Lumi was that big. I thought Lumi was a bit smaller than that. Well, I guess oh no, I guess because she's sitting down, it makes Lumi look huge. Okay, I guess that's why. Adorned with bouquets, Lumi stands upon the cart of flowers, appearing at the stage's forefront. It turns as it sprays snow into the air. You go, little guy. Do your best. The snow gradually blankets the stage, and many audience members begin to extend their hands. The pure white foam lands upon their hands and hair, be it caused by curiosity or reminiscence. The icy sensation puts a smile on the audience's faces. As the audience's passion is ignited, the other members of the dance troupe make their entrance. These scattering petals combine with the falling snow, illuminating the stage. As the music rises and swells, the performance begins in earnest. On this holiday, everyone receives a present they desire. Oh, and that was it. Alright. Oh yeah, there you go, man. That was it for the story of Silvered Whispers. Yeah, I thought it was very different. At first I was confused because I thought the story would be told mainly through the battles here, but actually it was through this neural recollection. Which, yeah, I guess it does make sense, with the way the story's written. I guess for me as a gamer, I would have rather experienced the story through like battles and stuff here. But yeah, because the story is written this way, I guess like, it's understandable that they decide to make it separate. And dude, the music, man, I actually did download this on my Apple Music on my phone. Yeah, the music is good, man. But yeah, music is good. The story, confusing at first, but after going through this one over here, it got a lot better. I think at the start, it definitely felt more, I don't know, like very side questy, like it wasn't that important. But it was still good. Like I would say, it's right in the middle for me. I do think the stuff with Renee and stuff at near the end in this video, I thought that was pretty good, man. Like it was really sad. It did get me like a bit teary-eyed. Because yeah, I thought it was good. And then yeah, it was all like a happy ending here. Overall, I think the event is okay. But it feels very much like, I guess, more of a... I don't know. Like, I want to see its average. I do think the stuff with Renee at the end was really good, though. Like, better than average. But yeah, it definitely was, I guess, meant for Christmas. I'm not sure if because of that they want to make it more peaceful with, like, the story. I'm not sure. But yeah, it definitely felt very different. Very, very different with the story and how it's handled compared to, like, the other events as well. Anyways, yeah. I think the last thing I'll do is check out, like, one more thing that I did not even know or didn't even realize was released in this update. And that is the coordinated drill. I noticed this because I was doing a survey and it said if I noticed this at all, and I said no. So I don't know what this is. Echelon 11. Arpsy took Michitu's advice and developed a brand new team building training module. It's a challenge? Yeah, I do want to maybe check this out really quick. Let's see what's up. Yeah, what is this like? And then yeah, I also did watch the new Balin broadcasting, and I saw that the new character is going to be Zhao Hui. Oh, what the heck? Alright, we're back with Vector. Commander, Harpsy has adjusted the training simulation based on the reports from the previous mission. Yes. Currently, all the data used in the training simulation is operating on an internal closed network, which rules out the possibility of any external enemies showing up. In addition, it will no longer generate unexpected scenarios based on existing data, so you can relax and train in peace. Eh? But that function was super cool. Michti, was that also one of the improvement suggestions you made? Is there anything on the anyone on the MO who hasn't seen that video yet? You're the one who went around playing it everywhere. When Kukai saw it, she went after me, and then I had to go through several days of extra training. It's not like I had anything to do with it. It was a funny scene, so I took the liberty of recording it. That's the proof of the sisterly bond between Big Sis Kukai and me. I just can't replay it enough. Speaking of which, you don't need that many people for testing out this training sim, right? Even if Harpsy isn't taking part since she's she's the designer, we only need 4 players on the side, so we've got enough people here, don't we? Thanks for the hard work, everyone. I'll make sure to listen to your play experience feedback. Michti, no slacking off during the training. But we're here to help Harpsy test her new training simulation. It's not like we've been training any less besides that. I finished the training quota for today, so I'll just wait for Harpsy's training program to be fully optimized before experiencing it. But Harpsy took a lot of suggestions from you when optimizing the program, Michtu. Yes, I need your input, Michtu. Hey, I'm saying Michtu now just because I was watching that Balin Island thing, that broadcast. And yeah, because she was speaking in English, she pronounced Michtu's name as Michtu, so I'm switching over to that now. Apparently, the training simulation is lots of fun now that it's been optimized. I modified the teamwork building simulation program based on the commander's requirements. I want to make a training simulation that meets with Michtu's approval. What the heck? Is my approval really that important? Your feedback is essential, Michtu. Let me just get this out of the way first. I'm a very harsh judge when it comes to games. I mean, a gamified training simulation is pretty much a game, right? As long as I can train with Big Sis Kukai, it counts as a vacation. Are we in battle now? Oh, this is the soccer thing that I saw. I remember this now. I kind of forgot what this was at first. All units, prepare for training. Prioritize targeted attacks on the Goliath Ball to launch it into the enemy's goal. The Goliath Ball seems to have corresponding weakness. Hey, look at that! We got in-game models of Belka. Was Andorus here too? Oh, looks like the area of effect attacks also moves it. This really is a test of teamwork. Oh, yeah, there she is too. Keep an eye out on the Goliath Ball and don't get hit by it when the enemy kicks it. Let's get started, Big Sis. I can't wait anymore. Hold on. Michtu, when do you plan to wake up? Yeah, cutscenes are getting better here now. Owie, don't stare at me like that. No need to be so serious when going up against training enemies. It's gotta be more fun to experience it relax, right? Don't even try to muddle through the training. Michtu, have you heard all the rules Big Sis just explained? Not that I can't figure it out after the game starts. I'm afraid it might not be that simple. The enemy will also take their chance to move the Goliath Ball. Sure, sure. I'll watch out and don't get hit by the ball. I'll make sure to pass you the ball with controlled strength, big sis. May I request to only guard the area when the area we are in and pass the ball on occasion? Let's leave the offense to me and Big Sis Klukai. There seems to be some obstacle ahead. Those anchored obstacles are here to make our job slightly more difficult. Go around or simply smash through them. We score as long as the Goliath ball gets in the goal. That's right. Everybody set? All units, commence combat. We're commencing combat. Is this really combat? We're just playing soccer. We're playing football. I guess I gotta use my own units. There's no support. Or I mean, no of the other support. I mean, if we're playing soccer, I guess we got to play offense and defense here. You know what? I think we'll be good for defense. Like this. We'll also bring in Suomi here. And then, Ulrid, maybe. Okay, I don't know how to play this correctly. I mean, we'll see. After attacking the Goliath ball, it will move in the direction of the attack. Targeted attacks will make it go further. Score points by maneuvering the Goliath ball into the enemy goal. Like, yeah, I don't know how to, like, best maneuver this. So if I do that, it will go there. What if I do it here? Can we attack the enemies too, or no? Like, can we kill them? No, we can't. Alright. Gonna make a pass over here. This feels like it might take forever. I don't know. Like, yeah, I'm not sure if how easy this whole thing will be. Okay. Oh, it can be destroyed, that box. Oh, they're pushing it out. Okay. We'll go with Suomi first here. I guess the first level will be easy for us to do. Oh snap, that was far. Hold on. Fukai, can you reach there? No? Frick. That is like right at the end. Oh no, wait, she can do it. Gamer. She's a gamer. Yes. What a gamer. Nice. Goal. Wait, what? Oh, there we go. We finished. Playtest complete. It was pretty fun. Do your best, Harpsy. I'm so tired. We've done 20% more training than normal today. Michiru yawns, then walks over to Andorus' side and falls asleep while leaning on her. Harpsy wakes up behind Michiru, her eyes flickering up and down. Are there any places that can be improved? No, I think it's pretty good. But Michiru doesn't act like this when she's absorbed in the game. That's right. I'm sure there still must be flaws in the sim. I'll do my best to fix them. Michiru, you don't need to hold back. Just tell me where it went wrong. I already told you, it's not the same. Training sims don't have bad guys that you need to beat. It's just boring practice for the heroes. Plus, when you play a good game for many times, you'll naturally end up figuring out the ending, so you need to save the good stuff for later. Bad guys that need to be beaten. Michtu, are you saying that I should optimize the enemy's programs? Competition is what makes a game fun and gives it a sense of purpose. I believe we should record the combat results of all of our members and put them on a leaderboard to encourage us to do better. That way, we can compare the data on how different teams handled the same enemies to improve our teamwork. I'll take your suggestion into consideration, Wellrod. In the future, I'll add a rank and score functions to the sim. You should put in a group selfie mode. The top ranker should get to put their pictures on the leaderboard. I'm going to prove that Big Sis Klukai and I have the best teamwork, and then capture that moment of glory forever. An excellent suggestion, Vivi. I'm sure our teamwork won't lose to theirs. Can I surpass Klukai? Unlike Ruchi and Belka, who are consumed into their fantasies, Vector glances over at Klukai. Their eyes meet for a moment, and Vector hurriedly looks down. Michtu, what do you think of my suggestion? It's not bad, and it definitely introduces an element of competition, but it's missing the most important thing. A prize. Even if it's daily training, it doesn't count as a game if there's no prize waiting for you at the end. Don't you think you can use that prize to get out of your training? I'll say this ahead of time. I'm not accepting being tired today or a good performance as a valid excuse for avoiding your training sessions. Klukai, am I really such a person in your heart? I've done everything you ask when it comes to training. I've never slacked off before. Are you sure about that? Even the little breaks I took are just a way of ensuring the appropriate work-life balance. So I can ask for anything as long as it doesn't involve trying to skip training? I have lots of things I want to ask for. Commander? Belka. I'm sure you won't say no if the commander agrees, Big Sis. And besides, you're so awesome that the wish that gets granted in the end might end up being yours. Don't you want to know Big Sis Klukai's wish, Commander? I look between the members of 404. They have always supported my decisions unanimously. Perhaps this is a good chance for me to find out what they want and what they hope for. Got it. I'll grant the wish of the winner then. Woohoo! So we can ask for anything at all? Provided it's within my power to grant, yes. So if I ask for something like a Klukai lap pillow, you can make that happen? Eh? Then I want a lap pillow from Big Sis Klukai. Ab. So, Lee, not. Last time, I tried falling asleep while leaning on Klukai, and she threw me off. I just want to confirm how far the Great Commandy One will go to make our wishes come true. For instance, can we wish for more wishes, that sort of thing? You can worry about that bargaining for things like that when you're actually qualified to do so. It's too early for you to think of that right now. Yeah, that's a critical hit. Well, there goes my motivation. Don't feel sad, Michtu. If you need a good rest, you can always come to me. And rest. Yeah. Let's get started while Michtu is plastered to Andorus. I've decided on my wish, Commander. Please look forward to how I do. We should write them beforehand. Our thoughts can exchange while in our heads. The only way to pin our wishes down in our hearts is by committing them to paper. And besides, we'll be able to eliminate several silly possibilities the moment we write them down. Let's do as Wellrod said then. Everyone writes their wishes onto a piece of paper, as suggested by Wellrod. Ruchi, who's been standing by Vector's side all this time, still hasn't written down her wish yet. Vivi, what are you gonna wish for? Have you written yours down yet, Ruchi? You're so mysterious, Vivi. I thought about it for so long, and even hid it, so I wouldn't be able to see what you wrote. So you can't even reveal your wish to me? I might be able to help you make it come true. Vector shakes her head and subconsciously folds the piece of paper with her wish on it several more times before handing it to me. This is a personal wish. Eh? Ruchi, haven't you thought of yours yet? I've decided on what I want. It won't lose out to anyone else's wishes. All right. Well, there we go. Good job, Michitu. You were a true gamer. Nice. So yeah, I know next time will be Jiahui, and yeah, man, that got me excited to see Andorus and Belka, like with their models here. But yeah, next time we'll do Jiahui's thing, and I'm guessing there is more cutscenes here. I think with this, it's not gonna be, at least for me. Maybe I'll do from time to time because it does have cutscenes, but yeah, maybe like if there's more time in the videos, I'll do them. Because yeah, like I'd rather do the event stories and all that stuff. But yeah, that was it for pretty much the story here. Yeah, like I said, I think it's pretty okay. Nothing like bad or really good. It's like right in the middle for me. The stuff with Renee at the end, I thought were like really good scenes. But yeah, overall, yeah, I thought it was pretty okay. And yeah, next time will be Jiahui. And then afterwards, like when I watched that Balin Island thing, yeah, the Balin Island, apparently there should be a special broadcast afterwards. And I'm kind of curious on what that's gonna be like, so yeah, maybe that's when I'll maybe do another spending spree. Because, yeah, I went like all out with Kukai and Michitu. Like, yeah, I'm wondering if, I mean, I do hope that maybe Andorus and Belka comes at some point. I mean, we just saw their in-game models like right now. That'll be kind of crazy. I do hope we get them so that I can just finish off my 404 team, and then I can just move on to someone else. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. That'll be it for now. That's game.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good